For 60 years now, most likely, you have washed your face of an evening the way the world told you to. Scrubbed it with something that foams up white and smells of perfume, rinsed it away, and stood back, waiting to feel clean. What you felt instead was tight and dry, the skin drying up on itself like a shirt washed too hot, with a little burning at the edges, so that inside 10 minutes you were reaching for a cream to put back what you had just taken off. Hear me plain. That tightness is not your face being clean. That tightness is your face being stripped. And it is not your fault, for it is exactly what you were taught to do, and taught to pay good money for besides. But there is an older way, the way we wash out here, with 2 or 3 things already in your kitchen, and it costs next to nothing, and leaves the skin soft instead of stripped. I am going to give you the whole of it before we are through, the wash and a little free toner to finish, every measure, the way I do it myself at my own basin. So go ahead and subscribe so this one does not get lost on you. And tell me down in the comments where you are watching from tonight. I do so love to see. My name is Margaret, and I keep a home on a little dairy farm in the hills of Holmes County, Ohio. What I am about to tell you, I did not read in any book, nor buy off any shelf. I learned it standing at my grandmother's elbow at the cook stove, and at my mother's after her. I am 52 years old, and folks are kind enough to be a little surprised when I tell them my years, and to ask what it is I put on my skin. I will be honest with you, I have never once paid a cent for the answer. It came out of my grandmother's kitchen, and a soft old receipt book she left me. So stay with me to the end, because after the wash and the toner, I am going to tell you the one small mistake that undoes the whole of it. A thing most women do every morning without ever knowing it is the very thing keeping their skin dry and tired. Here's what I want you to unlearn first. You have been taught that clean means squeaky, that if your face does not feel tight and bare, you have not got it clean. That is the whole mistake right there. Your skin makes its own oil, a fine soft coat of it, and that coat is not dirt. It keeps the weather out and the moisture in, and it is the very thing that keeps a face looking full and soft instead of thin and drawn. When you scour it away every night with a harsh soap, your skin takes fright. It thinks it has sprung a leak, and works all night to pump out more oil to cover the bare. So the woman who scrubs the hardest to be rid of the oil is the one who wakes up shining, or dry and flaking, and often both at once on the same face. She is at war with her own skin, and losing, and paying good money for the privilege. The old women never washed that way. They cleaned the face with soft, kind things that lifted the day's dust and left the skin's own coat be. The way you wipe a good table with a damp cloth, not strip it to raw grain with lye. You do not scour a face, you gentle it. My grandmother, we called her Mammy Mattie, had skin like a soft chamois glove clear into her old age, and never owned a bottle of cleanser in her life. What she had was a crock of ground oats by the wash basin, and a jar of raw honey, and near the back of her receipt book, in pencil and half in the Dutch, she wrote the whole of it down. She was the woman the young brides came to when their skin broke out before a wedding, and this plain wash is what she sent them home with. My mother Sarah kept it up without any fuss, the oatmeal wash of an evening, a splash of something sharp after to finish. I can see her yet, bent over the basin by lamplight, patting her face dry so gentle, never once rubbing. I have washed this way my whole life, and I am teaching it now to my own grown daughters. That is how I know it, not from a promise printed on a jar, but from 4 generations of soft faces. So here is how it is done, and I will go slow enough to follow. There are 2 parts, the wash and the little toner to finish, and everything you need is likely in your cupboard right now. For the wash, take about 2 tablespoons of plain rolled oats and grind them fine. A clean coffee mill does it, or the back of a spoon and a bit of patience, until they are near a powder. Put them in your palm with about a teaspoon of raw honey and just enough warm milk, a spoonful or 2, to work into a soft paste. Whole milk if your skin is dry, buttermilk if it tends oily. Wet your face with warm water, and with your fingertips, work that paste over your skin in slow little circles, a good minute, no scrubbing, just gentle feels. The forehead, down the nose, the chin, up the neck. The oats lift the dust and the dry, dead skin without a scratch. The honey draws moisture in and cleans besides, for honey is a cleanser the Lord made long before there was ever a bar of soap, and the milk softens the whole of it. Then rinse with cool water, cool, mind, not hot, and pat dry with a soft towel. Do not rub. That is the wash. Now the toner, and this is the free part, for it costs almost nothing, and it is what settles the skin back to itself after washing. Take raw apple cider vinegar, the cloudy kind, with the mother still in it, and stir 1 teaspoon into about a half cup of cool water. Wet a bit of clean cloth or cotton in it, wipe it gently over your face and let it dry on its own. Do not rinse it off, and do not fear the smell. It fades clean away as it dries. What it does is bring your skin back to its right balance, close the day out, and settle everything smooth and bright. A jug of that vinegar runs a couple of dollars and lasts the better part of a year. As for how often, wash of an evening, every night, and follow with the toner. That is plenty. In the morning you do not wash again at all. And here is that mistake I promised you. Most women rise and scrub the whole face over first thing, and strip off the good coat their skin quietly built up all the night long. Don't. Of a morning, just splash with cool water, wipe on a little toner, and leave the rest be. And if you want the wash to firm and brighten more, once or twice a week, leave that oat and honey paste on the skin a full 10 minutes, like a little mask, before you rinse. That is where the firming comes from. Now the changes, for every skin is different, and this one plain recipe bends to fit them all. If your skin is thin or tender or given to redness, leave the vinegar out and use plain rose water for your toner, or a cup of chamomile tea brewed strong and cooled, just as settling and soft as can be. If your skin is very dry, smooth a single drop of castor oil or a dab of plain cream over the damp skin right after the toner, while it is still moist, to seal it in. And if your skin runs oily, use buttermilk in the wash in place of the whole milk, and you may find the vinegar toner all the more your friend. Now I want to be honest with you. This is not magic, and it will not take 30 years off your face by Sunday. What it will do, faithfully, is stop the stripping that has been drying and tiring your skin, and let your face keep its own softness, so week over week it grows suppler, calmer, brighter. The slow way, the way steady care greens a garden. And it is one good thing among several. In our house we drink plenty of water. We get our sleep and do not carry the day's worry to the pillow. for the skin mends itself at night. And we eat plain from the garden. The skin is fed from the inside every bit as much as the out, and I will teach you each of those in its turn. And if ever your skin has real trouble on it that will not mend, do go and see a doctor about it. This is plain, kind care and good living, not a substitute for that. But start with the wash. Start tonight. And hear me, because I mean this for you, particularly. You are not too old, and it is not too late. And there is nothing about your face that needs fixing before it is allowed to be cared for. You have spent your whole life washing everyone else's dishes and tending everyone else's needs. 2 spoons of oats and 10 quiet minutes at your own basin of an evening. That is not vanity, and it is not fuss. That is the plain attention you have always deserved, and were too seldom given. So make the wash. Subscribe so the next one finds its way to you. And save this video so the measures are right there at your sink. And do one thing for me. Down in the comments, tell me what you have washed your face with all these years, and whether you will give the oats and honey a try. I read every one of them, and it would do my heart good to know. Take care of yourself. You are worth it.